Hello, friends. This is Dave Hurwitz, executive editor at ClassicsToday.com, here with Martinu in random reviews from the Overflow room. So, what have we got here? Oh, we have some really nifty things. Really, we do. We're sort of done with most of the vocal stuff, and so now we're into orchestral goodies. A lot of Martinu was conducted by Jiří Bělohlavek in his days in Czechoslovakia, and boy, we need Martinu boxes, dozens of Martinu boxes from Superfon. Fat chance of that happening. This delightful disc is Bělohlavek with a Czech fill on Superfon. You get the overture for orchestra. I think this is that piece, from 1953 that Martinu wrote and then forgot that he wrote it, which is interesting. The Rhapsody for large orchestra, which is wonderful. Symphony Concertante for two orchestras, the Concerto Grosso for chamber orchestra, and the Parables for large orchestra. This is a gorgeous record of wonderful music that spans Martinu's career, and it's really, really fun stuff. Like most of Martinu, it's just terrific. Then we've got Martinu Symphonies 3 and 6 with Neumann and the Czech fill. These were digital remakes. Unfortunately, he did not do the whole cycle. These were the only ones he remade. They were issued on Denon Superfon. This one is the Denon issue, actually the Japanese issue. They are splendid performances, more exciting and much better recorded than his regular stereo cycle on Superfon. So I was just really happy to get those, and who knows where they are now. I just don't know. Then we've got Symphony number 4, Tre Ricercare, and Piano Concerto number 4, the Incantations. This is on Warner Apex, of all things, believe it or not. The conductor, it was Martin Tarnowski, who was a really fine conductor. He was Ivan Moravetz's brother-in-law, in case you're interested. And they're wonderful performances. I used to have them. What label were they on? They were on like Everest or some strange cheapy budgie label. It's how I first heard these works. And Josef Pelenicek is the pianist for the Incantations. That's with the Brno State Philharmonic under Jerzy Pinkas, who's also a very good conductor. He did a great recording of Dvorak's The Devil and Kate. You remember that? Of course, you play it every day, right? So that was on Warner Apex. It's like a Western label. Somehow it got there. I have no idea how. Martinu Sonatas 1 and 3, Concerto number 2, Variations, cello stuff with Sasha Vichtomov. The Prague Symphony Orchestra under Zdeněk Kozler on Superfon. So we've got all 3 cello sonatas, which are 20th century masterpieces. They really are. They're wonderful, wonderful works. Big, serious, terrific pieces for cello and piano. Josef Pelenicek is the pianist again, and he's also wonderful in that music. Then we've got the Cello Concerto number 2, the Variations on a Theme of Rossini. Yeah, Martinu did that. And Variations on a Slovak folk song, all for cello and piano. So that's a nifty collection of his cello music. This one, okay, so this is more vocal music. You get the Mount of Three Lights, which is for solo voices, recitation, male chorus, and organ. Really an interesting piece. And then we've got the prophecy of Isaiah, which is a really cool, creepy cantata thing. It's wonderful. And the Hymn to St. James for solo voices, chorus, and chamber ensemble. 3 very unusual choral works, vocal works on Superfon, with Pavel Kuhn and a bunch of soloists. There's that stuff you've never heard of. It's incredible, the variety of music that this guy wrote. Oh, this was a lovely disc of chamber music with flute on Contrapunkt, the Danish label, which I also don't know if it still exists. You get the sonata for flute, violin, and piano, the trio for flute, cello, and piano, the promenade for flute, violin, and harpsichord. Oh, that's so cute. It's delightful. And the first sonata for flute and piano, and the madrigal sonata for flute, violin, and piano. Again, the variety is just astonishing. Martinu's flute music is played. It's known to flutists because, how much really good flute music is there? Not lots. There's lots of flute music. But he wrote really distinctive and characterful flute music. Okay, some more cantatas and things with Pavel Kuhn. The Opening of the Wells for female chorus, soprano, contralto, baritone, recitation, 2 violins, viola, and piano. The Legend of the Smoke from Potato Fires for chorus, soprano, alto, baritone, flute, clarinet, French horn, accordion, and piano. These are Czech folk texts, obviously. And then Mikush of the Mountains for soprano, tenor, 2 violins, viola, and piano. Sui generis choral pieces. I mean, there's nothing that compares with them, actually. Unicorn, an anthology of Czech piano music. Yes, remember Unicorn Kančana? Radoslav Kvapil, who was there. They had a Czech pianist, and they did like Czech piano music with Kvapil. They did all kinds of stuff. So we've got Martinu, the 3 Czech dances, Borova, 4 movements, Skici, Hru, H-R-U, Hru, however you pronounce that, Ritornelli, Okna, Do, It's nice music. I enjoyed it. I can't pronounce it, and I'm not even going to try. Okay, Bela Hlavek started a new cycle with the Czech Philharmonic, which was not complete. There were only 2 discs of it, I believe, that came out. Here are Symphonies 3 and 4. Finally, remember, he went to Onyx with BBC Symphony, and he made a complete Martinu Symphony cycle. There were some on Chandos, there's some on Superphone, there's some all over the place, but that was the complete one. And thank God he finished it, because he was a fabulous conductor of Martinu's music. But here we have Symphonies 3 and 4 with the Czech Phil. I remember how excited I was about the new cycle that they never finished. And then here we have with Macaris. Oh, this is wonderful. The Field Mass, the Double Concerto for 2-string orchestras, piano and timpani, and the Frescoes of Piero della Francesca with the Prague Radio Symphony. Now, this disc is in those super fun Charles Macaris boxes. There are 2 of them. A Life in Music, whatever they're called, or a Czech music thing, or whatever. There's a Dvorak and Smetana box, and then there's a Janacek Martinu box, or Janacek Martinu Smetana, however they divvy it up. So those are around. They're actually available, but this is fabulous. The Field Mass is a tremendous wartime work. Fascinating, absolutely fascinating. So there you have it, another pile of Martinu. Oh, there's so much more to come. So keep on listening, friends. Thanks for joining me. Take care.